Traded it all if I gave it all.
So welcome back, everyone. And I'm excited about bringing on my next guest because he also has been with me before several times now. I have with me David Young, and he's the president of Adjusters Insurance School. Welcome to the show. Tell everybody a little bit about you and what we're going to talk about today. Go ahead.
I was born on a day when the sun didn't shine. I'm the president of the Adjusters Insurance School. I purchased the school in 1992. At the time, it was a course that was not online, and it took us a while to get online. Now all of our courses are online. You can get graded. You get graded instantly, except for the final exam, which is an essay. I'm the impetus behind it. Yeah.
Okay. Now, let me ask you a couple of things, okay? I want to talk about the school, how long it takes for them to become an adjuster, and it's very inexpensive, too. We talked a little bit about it before you came on. Let's talk about it.
Well, it's inexpensive now, but we had revised our website, and just while we were going through the revisions, we lowered the fee to only $200 for the course, but on January 1st, it goes up to $400.
Okay, and for right now, it's $200 course. How long is the course?
The course is 52 lessons, and I've got you a list right here of all of the lessons. It's not an easy blow it off course. I mean, it'll take somebody a little bit of time to do that.
And they do this online. Do they do it as their leisure? Is that how it works? So as long as it takes them, or is there a certain amount of time that they have before they finish the course?
They have 1 year to finish the course.
So it's a year. You pay $200, and it's a year that you have to finish it.
I'm almost embarrassed over that $200, but we lowered the price while we were revising and updating the website. But you've got to take at least a lesson a week in order to finish it within the year. Some people take a lesson a day, and that would take a course of 52 days to do it. But some people take 2 courses a day. It just depends on the commitment that you make and to learn what's in that course.
Let's talk about being an adjuster. Okay. Because, we're talking about the school, and it's awesome, and the price is great. Does it matter how old? Do they have to be, let's say there's somebody out of high school or out of college. What age group do you take? Any?
The Arizona law that regulates adjusters requires them to be at least 18. Now, in fact, people don't become an adjuster at age 18 unless they've got some kind of a nepotism deal, I suppose. But primarily, they have a college degree. Now, the interesting thing is most of the people, or many of the people, enter the adjusting field in middle age as a career change. I mean, you wouldn't believe the number of contractors that we interface with who are tired of carrying carpet on their backs, and their knees are killing them, and falling off of roofs or whatever, that start looking at a career as an adjuster.
Well, there's a lot of people out there that have, in the last several years, since 2010, let's say, who, they've lost their jobs, okay? And they have never been able to say, a lot of them are older, some of them are older, that never really got back on their feet, okay? Do you do a consultation with people? How does it work when they, decide to get it, join and be in the school?
Well, on our website, we have an Ask the Adjuster question, and we can answer questions. We prefer to do that way. But I will tell you, the number one question that people ask is, how much can I make?
Exactly. How much can they make?
Depending upon the particular field of adjusting that they select. There's property claims, there's auto claims, there's medical claims, there's liability claims. The one that you can make the most money at is a catastrophe adjuster, CAT adjuster, if you will. Those that go to hurricanes or
earthquakes.
Big fire. I went to the Oakland Hills fire in 2001, and those are CAT claims, catastrophe claims. A lot of things happen at once. Now, my partner in Salt Lake left our business in Salt Lake and went to St. Louis, which was the staging area for Hurricane Katrina. And he had a managerial position, and he was empowered to hire people for up to $1,000 a day. Now, they paid their own expenses, but they made $1,000 a day. And, some of them lived in their trailers when they were down adjusting claims in Mississippi and Louisiana. But a lot of them came home substantially better off than before they left.
Now, the course is only $200 right now. I just want to say it. I know it's okay, but you know what? It's great right now that it's half off right now. It's going to go up after the first year, but it's a course that's got 53 courses. It could take you up to a year to do it. You could do it sooner.
Yeah, 53 lessons. And you'll go through the course or through a lesson, and there'll be 10 questions at the end of that particular
And it's
lesson.
done online.
Yes.
And it's done online. So the website is adjusterschool.com.
Right, with just one S between the adjuster and school.
Right, so it's adjusterschool.com. So again, anybody that's listening right now that says, wow, this is awesome, this sounds like a great idea for me or someone that I know, how fast can they enroll? They go in, they go on it, that's done, they pay, they get to start taking classes immediately.
Right, unless our website kicks them out like it was doing there for a while. So we, like I say, we have really upgraded that website.
So again, that website is adjusterschool.com. So it's not adjusters, it's adjusterschool.com. This is important for people to know. Do you need a license to become an adjuster?
Excellent question. And there are three kinds of... You need a license to become an adjuster, but you don't need a license to adjust claims. Let me explain to you how that works. Insurance company personnel don't need a license. They can adjust claims. They can't call themselves an adjuster. Just like a nurse can do medical procedures, can't call herself or himself a doctor. Just like a paralegal can call himself or herself or can do the work of legal work, but can't call themselves an attorney. That's the way it is with an adjuster. Adjuster is a professional title. It's no different than doctor, dentist, lawyer. It's a professional title that's granted by the state of Arizona upon completing various things. One, of course, is the passing of a test, which this course helps you do.
Once they finish this course,
yes.
Once they do the essay and they've passed this, then do they then take a test to get a license, or do they get the license through you?
No, you have to take the Adjusters Insurance School course is set up for people to take courses all over the world. I mean, we have students in South Africa and in Japan, a number, believe it or not, of students that come from the Mideast. And because of that, we cannot track all of the local laws. So basically what we'll do is we're going to teach them how to be an adjuster. We're going to ask those or give them the answers to questions like, how do you settle a claim for somebody that's a minor? They'll come away with an adjusting knowledge. Now, there are firms that will help you get past the exam, but a lot of times those people get past the exam never have the kind of in-depth knowledge they would get from taking 53 specific lessons. There's 700 pages in those 53 lessons.
So once they pass that, then they go and they get their license through the state that they're in.
That's right.
Okay.
And some states don't require a license. But in Arizona, to get an adjuster title, you have to be licensed. Now, there are independent adjusters, those that work for the insurer or the insured. There are claims adjusters claim personnel and claim handlers that work for insurance companies without licenses.
Well, we're going to go to a break. I want to talk further about this. And people can hear us from all over the world. So check it out. It is adjusterschool.com. Again, adjuster, no S is on adjuster. So it's adjusterschool.com. We're going to come back. We'll be hang tight. We'll be back in just a minute.
Traded it all
So welcome back. We're talking with David Young, and he is the president of Adjuster School. It's an insurance school, and we've been talking a little bit about it. So very affordable. So if it's you or someone that you know that might need something like this in their lives, a lot of people out there, it's in their like sort of middle age all of a sudden. Career changers, people that have, they need something, they're looking for something. This is an awesome deal. It's going to go up after the first of the year. It's only $200. You get,
and remember that $200 was just while we were getting the bugs taken out of the website.
Right, but but you've got at least 53 courses that you can do online, and it can take you up to a year if you want, or sooner. You can do it faster.
Now that's 53 lessons. You can break down the course into smaller, what we call modules, for even lesser price. But because there are different kinds of insurance adjusters.
So the website is adjusterschool.com, and when we were talking at the break, you said, become an adjuster. This is your tagline. Become an insurance adjuster and rebuild lives. Tell them what that means. I know I needed my life rebuilt, so go ahead. It's a great tagline.
I just helped a gal who had a devastating loss. She only has one leg, and she has no foot on that leg. And if we wouldn't have been there to help her, I just don't know what she would have done. She was just so desperate. And now that she's getting her house back together, it's a big water loss, and there was so much water in it that it filled up her basement, and it actually dropped the floor because it hurt the supports in the basement. This girl, my heart just went out to her. But to see her today and listen to her on the phone and how grateful she was that we got this claim resolved for her.
I'll tell you something. If you're thinking about becoming an adjuster, I know I would have kissed you because I went through that earthquake and lost my home. So I know what it would mean. Now, there's different types of adjusters. Let's talk a little bit about what kinds there are.
Sure. My wife started out as an adjuster when she was 20, adjusting workers' comp claims. So there's a workers' comp claim adjusters. There's liability adjusters that determine liability. There's medical claims. There's property claims. There's commercial claims. There's marine policies. Marine policies cover specific items. There's business interruption. It's just a number of different sections or things that can take up the career of being an adjuster, different fields within the adjuster field.
And depending on what field that you go into, I mean, certainly if you don't have work right now, boy, it doesn't matter. You got, and you're your own boss with this. Am I correct, or do you work with somebody else?
If you're an independent adjuster, you are your own boss. But frankly, everybody works for somebody. Even you do.
Well, not really. But anyway, don't tell the radio station that. So, again, the website is adjusterschool.com, and check it out. It might be you or someone that you know that might be interested in this. And right now, the cost is certainly affordable.
Yeah. It should be a great career change for someone. And then also we end up with a lot of people that get strange degrees, very intelligent people that... I talked to a guy that ended up with a degree in oceanography, and wow, I love the guy, but he doesn't want to go to San Diego. So, what does he do? He can use that college education to, if you've gone to college and you have something on the ball, and he's now a fine adjuster.
Now, let me say, there's a story that goes with this school, so we might as well tell it because we have some time. You said you had bought the school in, what was it?
1992.
1992, but the school goes way back. Let's talk about it.
Well, there were a number of returning servicemen after World War II that they gave them education. The GI Bill was one of the great programs that they had in the country for returning GIs. But there was a lot of people that didn't really want to go to school. And so a number of trade schools, schools to train people in trade schools popped up. And the Adjusters Insurance School was one of them. Back then it was the Insurance Adjuster School. It was changed some some years later when they moved it from Florida to California. School's been around for a long time. And at one time, it was one of the largest schools to train insurance adjusters.
And now it's online, because it wasn't online then. And it's online, so it makes it very easy for everybody to do and fit into, even if you're part-time, maybe you're working.
That's right.
And you want to do something like this on the side.
That's right. Well, depending upon the agreement, the contract that you make with an agency or an insurance company. Look, my partner and I told you went to St. Louis, which was the staging area for Hurricane Katrina. He just, he was part-time there for a while, and he became full. I mean, you can a lot of times call your own shots. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, when you work for somebody, though, in something like this, I know that but you have freedom. You have the freedom to go out and do what you need to do. You have make your own hours type of thing, because you would be sort of like an independent contractor.
Well, that's the way. Yeah, that's the way it worked at Hurricane Katrina. They give you, here is a list of people. Here's their coverages. Here's their claim. Let's get out there and get these claims resolved. And they would go out there and meet with people, find the people, and adjust their claims for them.
Let me ask you this, because this is what I want to know. How hard the courses? You've got 53 of these different ones of them, and I just want to know, are they hard? Do you have a cheat sheet just in case so that you can answer? You're doing it at home.
There's 10 questions per lesson. I don't think they're particularly hard. They start off easy. There are some things that are hard for people. Like, I take the course every year, and I think that some of those car questions about cars, the parts that need to be replaced in cars as an adjuster. I think that those sometimes are a little more challenging to some people. If you got a car background, an automotive background, a mechanic background, it's a cinch. Easy. But I think some of those are a little harder. But we need to teach that for somebody to be an adjuster, because the questions on the insurance exam to become an adjuster include those kind of questions.
So if no matter what type of adjuster that you're going to be, you would take all of these classes no matter what. Am I correct?
Well, if you want to get a license to do that. Now, here's how it works. There's a company back east, I can't remember the name of it, but they prepare the questions that will be asked of insurance adjusters in the state exam. They send those questions to a committee, and the committee goes through those questions to see if they apply to Arizona law. Now, I was on that committee for 5 years. We looked at those questions, and we'd say, "Oh, this is too heavy," and I was always trying to make the course more tougher. And my wife, who was also
David, I kind of am getting to know you.
My wife was always trying to make it easier. But the questions are there. You end up with a series of questions that are asked the people in a test, and they can come at random. You can have 5 of this and 6 from this area, 20 from this area of the questions that they ask, and so you need to kind of be prepared to pass or to answer those questions. One thing we don't teach, as I mentioned to you, is the local laws. And that's because all local laws are different. They're constantly changing. For instance, in Arizona, how long do you keep your files? That's a question that might end up on the exam. How old do you have to be an adjuster? That's in different states. That's how often do you change your license? Those are all in Title 20, available online from the Arizona Revised Statutes.
So certain part of it for different states, they would learn it from another area
from
online.
From their local area, that's right.
Okay. Again, the website here is adjusterschool.com. It's done online, and certainly there's a lot of people out there that might be changing vocations or thinking of something else to do. There's a lot of people who retired and decided, this is not for me, retirement.
Well, honestly, to tell you the truth, one of the old long line adjusters I used to work for, frankly, worked for Allstate. When he retired, I thought, well, he's gone forever. Well, I saw him in Santa Fe at the Sierra Grande fire. And there he was with a brand new, beautiful
car?
No, big bus, kind of like RV. And he's staying in there, and he's adjusting the claims for those people as an independent, by the way, they're adjusting those people that their houses burned down when the Forest Service, made too big a fire and burned Los Alamos down.
Their tagline is become an insurance adjuster and rebuild lives. Maybe make a whole nother life for yourself too, or someone that you know. Check them out. It's adjusterschool.com, and right now it's half off. It's only $200. It's going to go up after the first of the year, so it's a great way to start your whole new life off for the next for the new year. Again, it's adjusterschool.com.